There we go. Fabulous. Well, I'm here to say welcome to all of you for being here at our opportunity meeting this morning. And just giving a little bit of background to who and what we are and where we come from. In this room this morning, we are from Johannesburg through to Pietermaritzburg. And there may even be somebody coming in from Ladysmith, and there's Howick, etc., etc. So this Zoom has given us huge opportunities to keep in touch with people. And just to let you know who I am, my name is Monica Ross, and as you can see on the screen, and many years ago, I was introduced to this amazing range of products which we call Neolife. And I started using products and then discovered, oh my word, opportunity here. And so I got involved, and I have to say that this journey has absolutely changed my life and the lives of all those around me, for which I'm extremely grateful. So I'm here to just welcome you and to say thank you for giving up your Saturday morning. The time is precious for all of us, and we appreciate that you are here. And then to say to you that what is going to happen in this 30-minute approximately session, I'm going to hand over in a moment to Bobby, and we're going to give you an overview. And thank you to the visitors, especially for all of you for coming and having a look this morning. We're going to give you an overview of who and what Neolife is, and the possibility to be to start a side hustle, as I call it. I am a teacher by profession, and I started it as a part-time thing all those many years ago, and it has continued to feed me in terms of health and money over these years. And so we're going to just run through what we call the business opportunity. What is this business? How does it work? And is there anything that grabs you? So without much more ado, I'm going to introduce you to my very, very good friend, Bobby Hammond. And I wrote down his bio here just to give you a little bit of background as to who Bobby is. Firstly, he's a registered pharmacist. He's also a qualified accredited professional health coach. This qualification is recognized internationally, as he has done his training through an accredited UK training organization. He has done 15 half Ironman races and 2 full Ironman races, and is currently races in the top 3 in his age group for nationally for triathlon. Now, Bob, before you start, I just want to say to everybody, we don't all have to have your incredible qualifications to do this, to take this opportunity. But the fact that you have taken it, it gives us a lot of endorsement. And so without much more ado, I hand over to you. Thanks, Bob.
Pleasure. Thanks. Yeah. When Monica asked me to do this presentation, and obviously it's good to see all the visitors here as well, and bigger audience today, which is great. And I thought what I would do, because I was given the topic of products and looking at products, and I think what I thought I would do is I'd give you, first of all, so I think it's a pretty important thing, a bit of what is my story to start off with, and then looking also at where Neolife fits into that whole story, and also maybe a bit of my story about Neolife, because I've actually been with Neolife for, I found out the other day again, around about 25 years. And one of the major reasons that I initially got involved with Neolife was not particularly initially to sell the product. It was because of the product. Because as a pharmacist, obviously it's one of the things, we look at drugs, we look at the whole medicine story, you look at the whole vitamin range, etc. And it to me, way back then, even already stood out as, and I'll talk a little bit more about that just now, but stood out as one of the best supplements, vitamins that you could possibly use. And one of the major reasons behind all of that is not only the quality, which I will speak a little bit about just now, but also the fact of the matter that is pretty much what we call food state, and just how important that is at the end of the day. So maybe just a little bit of, my story and life as a health coach to give you some idea. One of the other reasons that I started to move down this journey was, in fact, and it's maybe something that a lot of the guys actually don't really know, is that because I actually had as a 21-year-old, I had a hiatus hernia, which it got so bad that they eventually operated on me, and they've done all sorts of things. And if I'd known what I know now, I would never have gone through that whole process. But nevertheless, I had to find a way to eat and get my nutrition up and do the best I could. And that's how my health coach journey initially started. Is then I started to look, because I already back at the age of 21 had started looking at Patrick Holford and all his stuff, and not realizing just how much wisdom there was in what he said and what he was promoting. And I think just also as my philosophy, and where a lot of the neo-life comes into this whole lot, is that my philosophy in life goes pretty much around the prevention. I've got to look at immunity, which I will show you exactly how practically that neo-life plays a very big part in my life as far as that's concerned. Then gut health, which is of primary importance. And again, neo-life has so many things that you can use that actually, help with that. The other thing is that, I work or move pretty much along the Blue Zone principles. And I'm not sure how many of you know that much about the Blue Zones, but it's a book I'd strongly recommend you read. And really what it goes about is it looks, at things like the exercise. It looks like, getting purpose in your life. And when you say exercise, as Monica said, yes, I do maybe go a little bit more to the extreme, but that's because I've done it for a very long time, and it's something that's put me in very good stead. But you just need to walk, actually, and the most important thing is move. Don't, it's not a case of you've got to rush around and do all this excess exercise. Just move. Have purpose in your life. Reduce the stress. Eat healthily. Try and have a plant slant in your diet. And then it's not to say you must be a vegetarian or vegan or whatnot, but the plant aspect of it is incredibly important. Make sure you've got your community around you. Your community and your people are really very important. Always look at your loved ones being first in your life, and you will find your right tribe. And I think one of the things with the neo-life, you'll find with a group of people like we have here, you pretty much have a lot of your right tribe at the end of the day. So, and it's an incredibly important aspect, because the Blue Zones really looked at the whole thing, a 20-year study that was commissioned by National Geographic, and they looked at the zones around the world where these people lived to be 100, where they were still very active in their communities, had all their senses about them, still part of the family. They lived to be over 100 years of age, and they found the 5 zones in the world, which they call the Blue Zones, and these were the common denominators that they found amongst all of those people. So, if I look for myself, as I say, the primary thing for me goes about pretty much about the preventative health. So in other words, I make sure that I eat well. I do use intermittent fasting, and that's related to the gut health. I'm a gut health coach as well, and it's a very important part. It's almost a primary to start off with. And as I say, with neo-life, again, they've got lots of different products, including the fiber, etc., which are really good, important things. If you can't get it in your diet, you have the opportunity to get it through the neo-life and many of the very good neo-life products. And I also look at this whole thing as it's a holistic health thing. So you've got to look at right across the board what it is you're eating, what it is you're putting into your body, looking at your sleep, looking at your mental health, your emotional well-being. And with things like that, I use meditation, goal setting. I plan to try and avoid chaos and the unexpected. I'm also a mindfulness coach, so I try and help people as far as that's concerned, in order to, you stop and you think a little bit, you do things a bit more purposefully, you actually plan things a little bit more instead of just rushing along in life as we so often do. So, where's this put me really in terms of, as I say, in the neo-life journey, the health coaching journey? As a 61-year-old, I still have the blood pressure pretty much of a 20-year-old, 170/78. My resting heart sits at 36. My cholesterol is in range nicely. I don't use any chronic medications, and even as a pharmacist, I don't, as I say, I choose not to, and I don't need to, because what I've done over the last however many years with Neolife, with the health coaching, or rather the healthy lifestyle, because that's what I live. And I think that's also a really important thing with Neolife, which I'll talk a little bit more when I close out, is it's not just a product you sell or a business opportunity, it's a lifestyle at the end of the day. And that's, I think, really a really important thing to look at. So just a little bit of background, and I mean, what I thought I'd do, I actually took out the products and put them on the desk to give you some idea, where do Neolife products fit into my life, and what is it that's so important? I spoke a little bit earlier about immunity. So what do I do, and what do I have on, particularly using on a daily basis? Well, for the immunity side of it, and also just in order to keep myself as healthy as possible, I use things like the vitamin D. I use vitamin C. I use zinc. I use TreaNN, and I also then every now and again, and like the moment, I'm using the Formula 4 again, because I believe that it's just it's a period of time where I need to build again. We're going into winter, so the vitamin C's, D's, zinc, and things like your multivits are really important at the moment. And as I say, that's things that I use every single day of my life, even though I eat a very healthy, I have a very healthy eating lifestyle. I still use these products to boost that, because, and as I'll speak about a little bit just now, you'll understand a little bit why. Because
2 minutes, 2 minutes, Bob.
Okay, because as far as the nutrition that we get in life at the moment, most of our food doesn't contain all the nutrients that we need. So using Neolife products, we have this. And what I spoke about earlier, as I said, why Neolife? Well, they're based in nature and backed by science. So there's a lot of science behind it, aside from the fact that we end up getting a product which is of the highest quality in the world. The standards that they go through, right through the traceability from the seed to the end product, everything is tightly controlled. They know exactly what's in there. There's no doubt about what you're getting at the end of the day. And with Neolife, what we have is a situation where it's not only a business opportunity. We do have that as a business opportunity, but as I said, it's actually a way of life. We need to use the products in our daily life. And as I say, that's what I've found and proven as a health coach. I use them every single day in my life. I make sure that I supplement properly and I keep myself healthy. So, it's not a thing of what I think, it's a thing of what I've done. It's what I practice every single day of my life. And I use from the health products, I use the skin products, and particularly now coming into winter, the Nutrients range. I use the moisturizers and so on for my legs and my face. And, and then also right through to the cleaning products to keep my lifestyle as free of toxins as possible. So, we have that overall reduction of toxicity, remove things that can cause a deterioration in our health and immunity, and improve our body's resilience to fight, disease, not only the infectious, but also the lifestyle-related diseases, which are the biggest and most preventable problems that we run across every single day of our life. So, yeah.
Bob, at that moment, you've actually come to a perfect ending there. If I can just end you off. You've got so much to share. I mean, really, we can listen to you, and we look forward to hearing much more from you in the days to come, of your incredible amount of knowledge about nutrition, the immune system. And you brought in at the end, there's the other parts of our ranges. I hope the men on the group are listening carefully, that you are using our skincare products as well. So Thank you, Bob. Thank you so much. So I'm going to now just quickly call, first of all, on Andre and Hermine. I don't know which one of you wants to go first. Andre, you can go first then. And then would you just give us a very short little testimony of your experience of the products? Handing over to you, Andre.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. It is absolutely wonderful to see the guests. I hope you can leave this meeting with some good information on hand. I have been involved with these products for well over 30 years now, I'm probably the longest user in the room at this point. And one of many, many, many testimonials I'd like to share with you is that of my husband. When I first joined, he was an extremely stressful job. He was not doing well. I was, in fact, quite concerned that we would lose him, literally. And so I insisted, when I found these products for my own purpose, that he start taking them. Now, I'm going to make a generalization, but many men are very resistant to the idea of taking supplements, and certainly not terribly excited about listening to their wives. But anyway, I made sure that he did it. And I gave him basic vitamins, the Formula 4, the vitamin B addition, vitamin C extra, and a few things like that. And after he somewhat sheepishly suggested that he might have more. So that was interesting to me. So I got him more, and for over 30 years, he has taken these products daily. But what was more interesting is that within the month, his colleagues at work were asking him what on earth he was doing differently, because they could see how much better he was managing the stresses and strains that they were going through. So when other people notice that you are experiencing benefits from what you're doing, and it is using some supplements, then you know that there's something real behind these. So please, if any of you are experiencing any stress, and if you're not, I'd like to know your recipe. I think stress is the name of the game at the moment. Please give it a try. I have no doubt that you will benefit from it. So I think that's my time up, and I'll hand over to Hermine.
So over to you, Hermine. You need to unmute, Hermine. Just need to
Okay, can you see me?
Yes.
Okay, because I can't see myself, so I don't know whether it's I'm on or not. Okay,
great.
I'm just going to talk about one product, the Super 10. I've been using these products for a while, and I had lots of benefit. But this was probably the most revealing thing for me, because I'm an artist and an art teacher. And I've got a whole studio full of students, and there's always a half of them that's allergic to terps or thinners or whatever these toxic things are. You know, one day, and I'm a lazy artist too. I leave my stuff let it dry. And once when I was after I was recuperating, I wanted to paint some oil paint, but my whole palette was dirty. And I had to do the job that I hate most, just take the palette outside with terps and gloves and a mask and clean it. Well, my terps bottle was empty, and that meant I had to go to town to buy another one. But this bottle was standing handy, and I sprayed it on, and wow, I couldn't believe it. Without any smell, without any toxins, I cleaned that palette better than any terps would, and I was just astonished. And so I started researching about how to do oil paint and non-toxic, the other things too. You can't dilute oil paint with it because it will rubberize. So I went into other products too. But for cleaning, this is by far the best. And for cleaning your brushes, when your brushes are rock hard, with adversity, they tell you to throw it away. If you soak it in this, or if it's a little bit earlier, you can put a little bit of the LSD, the pink stuff, in your hand, scrub the brush, and you clean it in no time. When your hands are full of oil paint, you wash it like ordinary water and soap with that stuff. It was really an eye-opener for me. And it's and then I gave it to a few students, and one came back and she said, and I said to her, you can also use it for other things. And she came back and she said her kettle has never been so shiny in her life.
Wow, wow, wow. Well, Hermine and Andre, that was amazing. Thank you. I think for those of our visitors, we've just showcased for you just a couple of our products. And what I'm going to do now, if I can just get my act together here, going to run through a little PowerPoint. I hope you can all see it. And so Neolife, let me just move this thing away if we get our technology in place. As you have noticed from what we've been saying, has got amazing products, feel better, look better, live better. It is a lifestyle, excuse me, as you have emphasized, Bob. Just a little bit of tiny background. I'm going to swing through this quite quickly. The company is an American-based, and we have the original scientific advisory board who overlook our amazing products. And we're going to I'm going to quickly run through one small thing here with you. I don't know if you can all see this. I can make the picture a bit bigger if you like. Let's go again. I'm just going to, I'm fiddling. I'm sorry. I'm just going to try and move this on again. Okay, there we go. Right. Okay, so we have this issue in the world today, which has been alluded to slightly in the testimonials and stories we've heard, where we have an energy problem, which is very much linked into the stress thing that you talked about, Andre, and people are getting tireder and sicker, younger and younger. And as Bob has alluded to, we need to be eating a healthy diet, but our modern day diets have become completely corrupted, and we're eating too much of the wrong things and not enough of the good things. And so in Neolife, we talk about something called cellular nutrition, and diet is what we eat, but nutrition is what our cells receive. And so here on the left-hand side, we give you a little picture of a healthy cell, and then we have a look at an unhealthy cell. And without going into too much biology, which was my worst subject at school, our cells become unhealthy because we are clogging them up with the wrong things. And so the focus this morning is on a product called TreeNN, which Bob mentioned. Andre and Bob both mentioned a product called Formula 4, in which this is a product which is a grain oil is contained in those products. And it is a Neolife unique cell. Now I'm focusing deliberately on TreeNN. We have over around about 90 products. You do not have to even use or know all 90 products, but if you're going to look at this as a possibility for a business opportunity, the TreeNN is a very, very good one to start with. And what it does, it increases energy, it supports our cells, makes us more vital, and makes the nutrients get into your cells better. So your healthy diet then becomes the triangle gets inverted, and you're getting enough of the most important thing, which is your whole grain, followed by vegetables, proteins, fats, and sugars. And we don't want to be part of this modern day diet at all. Hermine, you've spoken about our cleaning product range, which is another excellent place to get started with these products. So obviously we're not in shops. And so we buy them from distributors, or we become distributors and sell them on to other people. And the Super 10 is what Hermine has spoken about. And it came into South Africa in 71 and was the original, as far as I can make out, of the first of the earth-friendly, biodegradable. And on top of it, these products are incredibly economical. So now we go into the business side. We've talked quite a lot about the products, and we can talk all day about them. But the business side is where the magic happens, so depending on what you as an individual want. When I joined, I just wanted to get my health correct and my children's health sorted out. But we do have in our world, in South Africa in particular, a huge unemployment rate of 33% or more. And unemployment and unemployment of under 25s is at 61%. These are based on FNB bank stats. Most middle-income consumers spend all their monthly income in 5 days after receiving it. And we are now in the age of the entrepreneur. To prove this, I'll show you some other stats in a moment, but 5 out of 7 businesses fail in their first year, and it costs around about $1 million to start a Wimpy or something like that, and then there's generally a huge failure rate. So Neolife offers a solution. We are part of the network marketing industry. There's $192 billion being turned around, 118 million active distributors. These are not just Neolife. They are all other companies who we consider to be our colleagues, with huge amount of turnover as people learn about a different way of earning a living. And so for Neolife, we start off with you, and you have to purchase a toolkit. I will give you the examples of that in a moment. You use the products and find customers. That is our first thing we have to learn to do. Is it difficult to use the product? Well, everybody who spoke this morning has fallen in love with these products because of the way that they actually impact our lives. They become an essential, and as Bobby kept saying, lifestyle. You can't live without them. We ask you to look for 6 customers to start, and we're basing this only on one product, being the TreeNN. And if you were to go out and to sell 6 TreeNN, you would make a not significant amount of money, but about 370 Rand. For some people, that is a hell of a lot. For others, it's just what you're talking about. The point is, you've got to start somewhere. Then the next part of it is you've got to start building a team. And that's where the Saturday morning group comes in. We are all team members here. Andre is our the founder of our team. Without you, Andre, none of us would be here. And for that, we will be eternally grateful. And so you start working on looking for other people who would, as Bob said, would become part of your tribe. The important thing for you to see here is when you do 6 TreeNNs, you get 100 points, which means it's 100 points of turnover. And then you look for your 6 people who will do the same thing. Their points run right up to you, and suddenly, with bonus and profit, because the company pays you a bonus or a commission, you would be earning 800 Rand. Now we're talking, times that by 12, what does that come to? Nearly 10,000 Rand a year. But now there is a problem in the world. We do not have any more dinosaurs. Do you know why? They just stopped duplicating. So that's my little joke. What you have to do now is you have to get on and start duplicating yourself. And when we start duplicating, this is when the magic starts happening. On we go. Your 6 people who are all doing their buying for themselves and selling on, they find another 6. And if you times that by 6 and yourself, you would find that your points would accrue to 4,000 points. Now, I don't know if you can see that on your screens, might be blocking it a bit, but your bonus from the company, excluding your profit, rides straight up to 10,000 Rand, nearly 11. And that is conservative. And this is just the beginning of a possibility to make, as a side hustle, an incredible amount of extra income to help you with your day-to-day living and costs and expenses. All right, so once you have got yourself to a 4,000 points, please don't get too confused about this. I was completely confused and befuddled when I first heard the story. Just believe me what I'm telling you, if you can trust a stranger. Once you get another 3 people with yourself doing a 4,000 points, world team is what you become, and you would now be in the vicinity of earning 20,000 Rand. Keep duplicating, and once you get to 6 people doing the same thing, you are earning in the vicinity of 100,000 Rand a month. For me, just to get the 10,000 Rand makes a difference, but there is there's no end to the possibilities of what you can earn as an extra amount with this business opportunity. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 starter options. The first one for a pack is 1,880. We then go down to a 1,180. That we then have an 880 and an 870. So you can join the organization at whatever level suits you. And I will stop my share there. So to finish off, I first of all want to say thank you very, very much all for coming to our first proper business presentation of the business opportunity. How does it happen from here? Well, you have to speak to the person who invited you to be at this meeting, and then to spend some more time with them unraveling and unpacking this story that we have all shared with you today. And then you have to make the decision. Do you want to become part of our tribe, our team? Do you want to change things in your life? So there are three options. You might just say, hey, I want to just use these products. They sound amazing. You can buy them. You can then join and get a discount and use them as a wholesale customer. And then once you get to know them, you can go out and start building your own team and building a business. Does it work? Absolutely, it works. The only thing the only difference here is the difference amongst us, how much we want to work it and how much we are prepared to put in to learning the skills to do this business. So without much more ado, just to say to you, we thank you again and again and again for being with us. And we invite you to join us any Saturday of the year. We are open at 8:15 every Saturday, unless there's a public holiday. And speak to the person who invited you down. And we look forward to building relationships with all of you. We have a few minutes left. Does anybody have any questions at this stage? All right. So, Andre, yes? Unmute.
I don't have any questions. I just was sitting forwards.
Oh.
But I do, while I've got the floor, it is great to see all you guests. Pity we couldn't see your faces, and we would love to see you again. And just one other thing is, even if this doesn't really sound like something that is of interest to you, if you know someone that might be interested, please put them in touch and invite them, because it is a personal decision. It is about timing, and we are looking to support people into better health and into a new way of living that has meant so much to all of us. So have a great weekend.
Thank you, Andre. Thank you, everybody, for your time. Thank you, Bob. Thank you,
Thanks a
Hermine.
lot.
Thank you, Andre. And we will be meeting as normal next week, and then we will do a business opportunity in the month of May, and that will be advertised as well. In between, we do training. So have a great day, everyone. And yeah, thank you so much for coming. You can switch off the recording.